All the deets on the first Descendant Season 3, Episode 3 just dropped. There's a lot. February 5th is bringing the Chill Queen herself, plus new guns that actually feel fresh, a new underwater dungeon, a revamp on Gley, the Clairvoyance, and the Hammer and Anvil. We have a whole spread covering the release throughout Episode 3, and I'm going to cover it all for you. No fluff, just going to run through the details, and then afterwards I'm going to share my thoughts on what's going down. Lock and load, let's do this.
Wait, did we just become best friends? So nice to meet you. I think you're cool.
Banditos, what up? It's Tux with the first Descendant, who just released the details on Episode 3 of Season 3, which is coming on February 5th, then March 12th, and April 16th. So Daya's the big one, bro. Chill attribute, skill, nuker, with fusion and singular. She's Gley's daughter. Yeah, that Gley. And the story's heavy. She wakes up scared from the oblivion, ready to fight with us. The trailer that they put out a few days ago, well, they showed it to us again during the dev live stream, and it's pretty darn good. So you're going to be able to farm her in the new Axion infiltration op, the Exposed Underwater Base. We'll talk about that. And they said that you will also be able to efficiently farm her in the Sigma sector. How about that? All right, here's the sneak on Daya's kit. So Daya's passive is going to increase critical hit rate proportional to HP. Similar to how Serena functions, more HP, more power, thus increasing her survivability. And notice he doesn't have skill insight on the build, yet she has 100% skill critical hit chance. So her build is definitely centered on the spear, but since the spear isn't necessarily the best weapon against 1,000 horde, Daya brings a really good toe ability. I mean, talk about clustering the enemies. She turns them into a big knot of flesh, then hits them with a supercharged Ice Storm back kick. One of her mods is called the Blooming Ecstasy. Basically, it turns her into Daya the Impaler. On top of that, it changes her number 4 to an AoE effect continuous damage. The Chill brand mod is intended for 1v1, so big boss fights, which I'm sure is strong, but doesn't appear to be as exciting as her other setups. Next, let's see her in action in the new dungeon, the Underwater Base. It's a Vulgus pirate hideout. Linear, but with random mission twists every run, hoping to keep things fresh. Probably similar to how the Breach does it. Watching the gameplay, it reminded me a lot of the latest content releases like Axion Planes and the Breach, more than it did the Void Vessel. If you've played Supermassive Receptor or the Forbidden Sanctuary, then this mission will probably feel a little bit familiar to that. But I do like the transition from the outdoors to indoors that they brought with this mission, and the variable twists that they're going to bring, you know, like go left instead of right kind of thing, just to keep it from getting too stale. The other cool thing is, although you can farm Daya in this mission, it's nice that they allow you to go elsewhere, like Sigma Sector, to do it too, just to keep things a little bit fresh. It's interesting that they made her an Ice Queen here, because we have a few of those now, but we also have a lot of poison too. Well, I guess that being said, we also have a lot of non-attributes. So we do need some more water babes though, don't we? There's only one of those. So as you can see, she's highly mobile. And I think her setup is based off of the latest iterations on Descendants that they've been doing. Think Harris. If you like the way Harris plays and her mobility and her strike combos, it seems that that's how Daya is packaged. And she's going to drop this ring for area of effect, and that probably gives you some Inez vibes, right? I gotta say that impaling is badass. I was wondering if they were going to get that into her kit and how they would do it, and I think they pulled it off pretty good. The boss looks pretty cool, at least he looks cool, and he's dropping something. I think they're explosives, but I'm not quite sure because he beats the boss pretty fast. He destroys this dungeon in less than 5 minutes. So it's going to be another short dungeon, which is, well, you know what? I'll just reserve my thoughts on that until later. Transitioning over to weapons, they actually look pretty exciting this time. So there's the E-Buster. Stack entropy on kills, store energy rounds, and then pop them for huge firearm bursts. Great for clearing trash fast. And what's really neat about it is that it's got this animation built in where the muzzle expands and then kind of collapses on itself as you're using up your energy rounds. Pretty cool. Eye of the Storm has 2 modes. The Typhoon auto-locks 6 enemies. It's actually pretty cool looking. Spray and pray to build energy, no aiming needed. Then swap to Storm for single target boss melters. This is going to be a battle pass weapon. Hopefully these two guns fix the everything feels the same problem. I found when I was running with some of our weapon dealers that don't have AoE built into their kit that we need more selection for them to equip a weapon that has AoE capabilities. Thank goodness they buffed the Thunder Cage because that's now an option, but we need more like that, and I think these fit into that bucket. Gley mains, you're a walking nuke now. Gley is going to be a force to be reckoned with. Very excited about her package. They showcased most of her setups, and to be honest, they all look good. To put it all in a nutshell, for the most part, she's got way more AoE built into her kit. They've also increased her efficiency, so she's going to gain resource easier, and her durations will be longer. On top of that, they created a melee synergy for her Blood and Iron setup, which is extremely cool. Look at that gunslinger mode that she has. That is really exciting. So we got 3 new ultimate modules coming: Tactical Advantage, Lucky Coin, and RK Resonator. These are pair-up type ultimate modules. So Tactical Advantage is going to pair with Tactical Strike, Lucky Coin with Two Faces, and RK Resonator with Kill Chain. Combos for Bunny, Ajax, etc., helping endgame power strikes. There's also new trigger modules coming, one specifically for Gley called Focus and Expansion that's going to give her more damage and more range. There's Icebreaker that's made specifically for Daya, all about skill damage, and then Overcharge Shield, which is going to be for Kyle. This will give him duration and skill power increase. So Kyle gets a buff, sort of. Well, it's kind of confusing. So I'm just going to go ahead and let them explain what they did.
Superconductor bombing Mark II will have its damage slightly reduced, but the speed of bombing will be increased by about 50% to allow for higher DPS.
Then there's the Clairvoyance Hammer and Anvil. The Clairvoyance is going to earn these 5 spikes that periodically launch for high single target burst damage. Looks pretty cool. But that hammer and anvil looks sick. Basically shoot overhead and you got this AoE barrage of hellfire. The Infernal Walker is back. Yay. So look forward to taking him on. I guess perfect for Dia since she's an ice dealer. Okay, as promised, now I'm going to download my thoughts to you. These are just early thoughts. Obviously, this hasn't launched yet. That is tomorrow. I will be live streaming it. Then I'll put out my hands-on first impressions. But from what I can see so far, they're really leaning on the same old first Descendant content drop formula. So we got a new Descendant with a new dungeon. You have to farm that dungeon to get that Descendant. Probably going to be really grindy. However, this time they did give us the opportunity to earn some of her materials early through the login event. So I like that they've added that into this roadmap. I can't really say how grindy it is, but I'm hoping it's not super grindy like it was in the past. Now, I'm a guy that loves the grind. So let me rephrase that. It's not so much the grind. It's that you have to play the same mission over and over again in order to unlock the new content, if you want to call it Descendant new content, which is very controversial. And when you do that, it very much becomes a one mission simulator type game. You end up hating that mission afterwards. You're sick of it. Daya does look really cool, and I was impressed with Harris. I love Harris. I love her mobility. She's high action. Daya looks like she's going to be the same, which I know is going to be fun, but I've noticed a trend where we're starting to see a lot of the same mechanics shared with other Descendants. For example, how many Descendants has a drone of sorts that shoots for them? Haley, Eugen, Enzo. Haley is technically a shoulder cannon, but they're all similar in mechanics. Just run in a circle and let the drone do all the work. Although Daya looks really cool, she's not exactly super unique. I mean, the impaler thing is, and I love it. The toe and the area of effect, that's Harris and Inez. And not to mention Nell. Those are all really similar. I understand it's important to have those abilities because it's a hack and slash and there's a ton of enemies. And if you don't have some sort of crowd control feature built into your Descendant, the Descendant will be subpar. But if every Descendant has the same features, what makes them really stand apart? Yes, she's an Ice Queen and whatnot, but she's basically doing the same thing as Harris. Either way, I'm excited to get my hands on Dia. Gley looks badass. There's not much else to say there. I'm glad they're giving her a buff. Although I didn't see much on the explosion of life, whatever she has, where she explodes her blood orbs. That's one of my favorite builds. I hope it's strong going in. As far as the new dungeon goes, it looks all right. I think all of the new dungeons that they provided to Axion Planes were just all right. I'm talking about Forbidden Sanctuary and Supermassive Receptor. I do like breach tracking though. I think breach tracking is awesome. And I think this has a little bit of both in there. It's got a little bit of Axion Planes missions, dungeons, and this breach tracking kind of merged together. So that's good. I think it'll be fun. For how long is the question? One of the things that sort of irritates me about all of the content they drop in this game is that the missions are really short. I mean, being able to beat a mission in 2-3 minutes, 4 minutes, sub 5 minutes, let's just call it. It's fun until it's not. The biggest culprit, or the center of the issue, is that they tie a drop, a specific drop or part for like Dia, to a specific mission, one mission. And then it's at the end of that mission. There just needs to be a balance between gameplay or the gameplay loop, the enjoyment of the gameplay, and farming. And the current formula of things are just out of balance. In many other looter shooters, I'm sure you guys have experienced, there are a lot of missions that take 15 minutes. In difficult content, shit, they can take 45 minutes to an hour, and they're highly engaging. And when you have missions like that are more difficult, that go through several checkpoints and phases, you start to see more team support and more team builds. Okay, the other thing that kind of sucks is they did tell us earlier that they're not going to be releasing any more new Descendants. Dia was it for a while, but Ultimate Essimo was in the package. And if you look at the content calendar, the roadmap, apparently he's not anymore. The new game mode, Onslaught, the beta, originally they said it was going to come out in March. So they pushed it to April. And this is just the beta. We haven't seen anything on this yet, but their plan, and I really hope they stick to this, is to launch the actual Onslaught mode in May. They are buffing Sharon and they are buffing Viessa, and I really look forward to that. And I also look forward to them just kind of getting through all of these buffs, these monthly balances. It's sort of like the first Descendants version of recycled content, distracting us from the lack of endgame gameplay loop. The good news is that the devs are aware of this problem. So I saved this snippet so you could hear it from their mouth. This was in the Q&A section. So they are working on more content. And I got to tell you, I really like this game. I just want more of it. I want more from the mission side, if that makes sense. The Descendants are really engaging, all of them. We have to have something to do with these Descendants. Now, if you're a new player, then you have plenty to do. But if you've been playing since day one like me, then you're probably craving more, especially for the mobbing side. But listen to what they say here.
About like other endgame content, as you know, we have Onslaught mode coming. April, we have a beta that is being planned, and in May, we are trying to launch it as the official mode. Aside from starting from Onslaught mode, we are preparing many different game modes as well. We are preparing a totally new kind of intercept battle mode, and we are trying so that players can kind of set their own kind of difficulty. They select which difficulty they want to play, and try out for much more dangerous kind of dungeons. So yeah, please look forward to a whole new kind of intercept battle that will be coming in the future. Season 4, we have a mega dungeon coming, and kind of like a spoiler, we are planning a new game mode with a roguelike kind of mode that will be coming to TFD. I'm not sure how that's gonna work, but yeah.
Let me know what you guys think of Dia and the current roadmap for Season 3, Episode 3. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm Tuxedo Bandito, and if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on the good stuff I have coming for you. And if you like content like this, be sure to check out the video I have recommended for you right here. If you have anything you would like me to cover, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And thank you to all the channel members and donors who make things possible. Tux Nation wouldn't be the same without you.
When you buy or download anything for the first Descendant, be sure to use Tux's creator code to support the channel. Easy peasy.
Wait, did we just become best friends?